Hey Wealth Builders! And welcome back to another episode of The Bemused. My name is Mishak.
And I'm Akiva.
And on this channel we talk about all things personal finance for young adults just like you and us.
So if you're into that kind of stuff, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell so you never miss when we post new, valuable content just like this video right here.
And for this video, I'm really excited because we're finally going to be talking about what pretty much a lot of people have been buzzing about. Is student loan forgiveness actually coming?
So President-elect Joe Biden is being inaugurated tomorrow, and there's been a lot of buzz around what this is going to signify for those of us with federal student loans. So here's what you can expect.
So President-elect Biden will extend the student loan moratorium through executive order, and we know that this is confirmed based off of a most recent press release that happened over this past weekend. As we know, the CARES Act, passed in April of 2020, pushed pause on all student loan payments as well as interest through the end of September 2020. And if you're in a federal loan forgiveness program or rehabilitation program, the non-payments will not affect your progress. Originally set to expire on September 30th, 2020, President Trump signed through executive order the extension to December 31st, 2020. And most recently, the outgoing Education Secretary, Betsy DeVos, signed another extension to January 31st, 2021, with hope to give the new administration time to decide what it is that they'd like to do. President-elect Biden has said that we can expect some sort of action or legislation on day one. What we don't know is how long it will last. There has been buzz that it's expected to go until about September 2021, but there's no concrete evidence that suggests that at this time. And we also don't know if the terms are going to be the same as they were in the past. So at this point, it's just pretty much up in the air.
So what's the situation with student loan forgiveness? Is this actually happening? And if so, when is it happening? So Joe Biden has been a long-standing supporter of student loan forgiveness. He talked about this extensively on the campaign trail. And we actually made a video back when, election season was in full swing about the different student loan proposals that were out there. So I'll have a link up here to that video if you want to revisit that. And that video goes into more detail on Joe Biden's plan and who that would benefit, because it did not benefit every single student loan borrower. But what we do know is that he is an advocate of forgiving $10,000 in federal student loans on a general sense. So here's the thing. Biden has said that he has no intention of doing sweeping student loan forgiveness through executive order. So he is going to let this go through the congressional process. In fact, when asked, he said, and I quote, "I think that's pretty questionable. I'm unsure of that. I'd be unlikely to do that," in response to a question about whether he'd forgive student loans through executive order. So we know that's probably not going to happen. In fact, Biden recently revealed his $1.9 trillion proposed stimulus package this past Thursday, and nowhere does it include anything about student loan forgiveness. So if there's any forgiveness to be received, it's definitely not going to be in the immediate future. And even though both the House and the Senate now have a Democratic majority, there's still little consensus as to what to do with student loans, and the margin is honestly really thin when it comes to Democratic control, so we really don't know how this is going to play out in Congress. Student loan forgiveness would likely be introduced in a separate bill that focuses on the federal student loan system more holistically. The good news is that Biden's transition team has said that Biden would push Congress to forgive $10,000 of student loans, which he's been saying, but it still is to be determined how that's actually going to play out. There have been numerous proposals from various lawmakers to reform federal student loans on a whole, improving the public service loan forgiveness program, simplifying the repayment plans, revamping the borrower defense to repayment program, and just people getting defrauded by their schools, student loans being able to be discharged through bankruptcy, all those kinds of things. There have been lots of proposals thrown around, and so I think we're going to see all of that kind of combined into one separate standalone bill, as that would be a more feasible route probably to addressing the problem of student loans on a whole.
So what should we be doing now? Assuming the terms are the same as they are at this point, we think that it's best to make sure that basic needs are met. And those needs are food, clothing, and shelter. Something else that we recommend that you do is use this time to save up a decent emergency fund in case something happens. So once you have a decent amount set aside for your emergency fund, you should also continue to put money aside so that when the moratorium is lifted, that you have the funds to start paying back your loans immediately.
So the question stands, what should we do? Should we bank on or plan on student loan forgiveness happening? And I think the answer is no. At this point, we have no clue if or when or who student loan forgiveness would even benefit, even if it did come to fruition. They might choose for it to only go to certain people. It might be restricted based on income or the type of loan or the type of school you went to. So we have no idea, even if student loan forgiveness does come to fruition, who would even be eligible. So I wouldn't plan on it personally, but again, it's up to you to make that determination for yourself. And if you're interested in just saying, hey, you know what, I'm not waiting around for this, I'm just gonna tackle my student loans and pay them down as fast as possible, we got a video on that. In fact, it's our most popular video on our channel. So I have a link in the cards up here so you guys can learn the strategies on how to tackle your student loans and pay them down as fast as possible.
So thanks so much for watching. And comment down below if you think that what we're talking about here makes any sense at all, if you think that student loan forgiveness is coming or isn't, and explain to us why you think so. We'd love to hear your opinions and your comments. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when we post new content. We have a lot of new videos coming out and you don't want to miss them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.